called Sorry Not Sorry. This looked like a Nazi uniform, I'm not gonna lie.
So honestly,
actually,
we
no.
want to talk about Tyler being one of those ones, like his creativity and catalog now really puts him in parallel with the three-headed monster, Drake, Kendrick, Cole.
I agree. That's a good point. We should talk more about that. Why did Johnny get banned? I don't need to know. You probably had your reasons. But that's a good point. And I'm gonna get hate for this. I mean, Tyler has been better than Drake and Cole for like the last how long? Since 2017. Since 2017, Tyler's been better than Drake and Cole. If anybody deserves to be in that spot, I would definitely say Tyler and Kendrick deserve that 3 conversation spot. I'm sorry, you can put dots as much as you want, my brother.
What's happening home, Skillet Biscuit?
You can put dots as much as you want, my brother. Tyler has been consistent with every drop. Flower Boy, Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, the random drops in between that, his features, all of it has stood out to me. And it has nothing to do with whether or not he's got a quotable or some shit like that. It's just more about consistency, musicality, experimentation, drawing from his influences in a way that doesn't make him sound derivative, but appreciative while also adding his own spin to it. It's very rare that you get something like that. You know, and I can't say the same for Drake. I would like to say the same for Cole. Cole has become a significantly better rapper over time. This is just facts, okay? Cole has become a significantly better rapper over time, but unfortunately, musically speaking, Cole is so far behind everybody else in the totem pole, in my opinion, is really not as enjoyable to listen to his music. If Cole had a better musical palette, better musical backdrop, he would be up there a little bit more, clean up some of his lines, his ideas being like, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more intricate. He could be up there. That one track that Cole made, The Climb Back, that was a great record. Lots of great rapping, lots of cool little one-liners, some cool bars in there. It was nice. He does. J. Cole has terrible aesthetics, but he's still a good rapper. I'm not saying J. Cole's not a good rapper. Drake, on the other hand, like I said, he does have that have that thing where every record.
Boy, you tripping.
I don't care how many times you say it. That's not gonna make it true. Drake has that thing where every record that he drops, every album, he's gonna have a record off of it that goes crazy and it sounds nice.
Tyler literally can't rap as well as the others. That's why he can't compete.
I disagree. I think that some people think that the weight of what you rap about makes you a good rapper. So there are some people that will say Joey Badass is a better rapper than Tyler the Creator. I would, again, disagree. It doesn't matter what the subject matter of whatever it is that you're rapping about. It doesn't matter what that is, in my opinion. It just matters about, and I think he said this in a recent interview, making what you rap about sound important to you or to your listeners. I don't think that if you look at Tyler the Creator's lines, like they're as bad as anything that Drake has said or as bad as anything that Cole has said. You know, obviously he's not rapping the content and subject matter as deep as what Kendrick was rapping on his last record. That doesn't mean that he is a significantly worse rapper than, you know what I'm saying, J. Cole or Drake by default, because he doesn't rap about what you think is important. You feel me? It's just about making what you think is important stand out. And I think he does that. I think he does it well. There's a lot of shit that Tyler raps about that a lot of other niggas would try. I'll just be like, nah, this ain't for me.
Logic is better.
That's a fucking lie. That's the biggest cap. And I love Logic as a person, for the most part.
This video is really gonna show you the evolution he took to become one of those ones.
That's cool, man. That's cool. We should get into it. We'll have a conversation a little bit more afterwards. But let's hear the proof or the evidence that shows whether or not he's actually deserving of being in that conversation. I think he is. He's proven himself over the last 4 years. Being consistent as fuck, bro. That's all you need to do for me. Some people was mad at me for saying in my best rapper tier list video why 21 Savage is so high above the rest. It's not about how many moments that you have in your career as classic moments. It's about how consistent that you are. That's all it's about. I'm gonna wait for anybody who just got an ad. I'm gonna wait for y'all, and we gonna chill. We gonna chill. We gonna chill. But it's all about consistency. That's what it's about. We gonna wait for him. They gonna be surprised when they come back and they're like, "Oh my God, he still ain't started the video yet." I'm gonna wait for him. Bum ass niggas. I mean, if you think they bum ass niggas, you should be charitable and gift them. In my opinion, that's what I would do. Appreciate the two that just recently subbed too. Shrimp Daddy and Haiti 30. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? We coming. We waiting. Exactly. That's what I do for my niggas. If we all running, Jesus Christ, that scared me.
Tyler is very creative and I actually like his new stuff more than his older stuff. J. Cole is 10x a better rapper than ever, but his production lacks due to how much he wants to prove how good he is. And honestly a better lyricist than Kendrick.
Cole is a better rapper than ever, but his production lacks due to how much he wants to prove how good he is. And honestly, J. Cole is not a better lyricist than Kendrick. Every time I try to think about that in my mind, I can't justify it with any lines that J. Cole has ever rapped
with what's happening with TikTok
on any subject that's comparable. Like, J. Cole and Kendrick have made records about them coming up in the hood, or not even both in the hood, but just like in their environment. Kendrick has a way to explain that situation in a far more interesting and intricate and detailed and layered way generally. What you give me any topic that the two have rapped about, Kendrick 9 times out of 10 has out-rapped Cole about that subject. That's just how I feel. But he's definitely a much more consistent rapper than Drake. Got a lot less cringe in his catalog than Drake. But I think if y'all talking about those top 3 spots, bro, like those are just, Cole just needs to become more interesting to me. That's really it. He's good, bro. If you compare Cole's career now to what it was, you know what I'm saying, when I first started listening to him, it's like night and day. The nigga's become so much better. He really has. But I'm still, if we looking at like top 3 spots, and I'm not including someone like Drake just out of pure cringe, you know what I'm saying, and pure curiosity, Kanye would be in there before J. Cole in a top 3. Going by consistency, we could say that Tyler would be in there before Cole. Again, that's no shit and no hate on Cole. Is just not there yet. You know? And Kanye is old, and we still, in my mind, putting him in that conversation. Somebody else need to come through, but like I said, it's all about consistency. All about consistency.
More albums in the future, boy, you don't even know.
Yeah, no, he's not. Logic is done. The best of Logic was in Under Pressure, his very, very, very first album. That was literally almost a decade ago. Logic retired, came back, and it's never been better.
Yay, but Ye's last gen, I think, but obviously he's carried through over the decades.
Exactly. Like, when I say Ye will be in the top 3 today, I'm saying that even after his significant run in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, and even into the 2010s, I'm saying that he's still more culturally relevant now than his peers to even still be included in a this generation top 3 than a Jay-Z or a Nas or a Wayne. You know, not to say those aren't incredible rappers and legends, but they just wouldn't be in this generation because nobody's looking for their music right now. I mean, I'm still looking for a Jay-Z album. I'm still looking for a Wayne album, but do I expect it to be great if it drops? No, not really. That's just me being honest.
I love Cole to death, but he keeps things too simple in my opinion. Playing it safe doesn't always help him.
Exactly. That's really it. He plays it way too safe in my opinion.
Future is on J. Cole's status in my opinion. We can't even deny it. He's pushing 40 and still getting platinum albums to this day.
Entertainment-wise, I might actually put Future in that conversation before Cole too. I might. I don't know. You could argue me out of that. That's not an opinion. That's not a hill that I'm willing to die on, but I've definitely heard far more enjoyable music from Future than I have from Cole. Again, I love Cole. I do.
Do you think Eminem has a chance to drop some good music over for him?
Yes. Eminem, get with RZA. Have RZA produce an album for you. Eminem, get RZA. Get The Alchemist. If you got to get Derringer, you know what I'm saying? Get Hit Boy. Eminem needs to drop all pop producers. Eminem needs to drop all the people in his circle. He needs to get a whole new team. He needs to go back to the hood of Detroit. even though he wasn't really ever there for real. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get deep into the slums and hear what people are listening to right now, become more culturally relevant, stop rapping about this alt-right shit. And I'm not saying that he's like hyper conservative, but you could tell he make rap music for white niggas, bro. And like white niggas and like everybody else listen to rap music different. You know what I'm saying? So we value different things. Obviously not all white people, but you get what I'm saying. You know the type that I'm talking about. That you could say is the average Eminem stan. So I just don't like hearing that. I don't think it's a good look for Eminem, especially considering the music that he used to make, which was far more enjoyable, even though it was much cringier. It was at least creative.
By Logic?
No, I don't. Tits is when I started to look at Logic as falling off, in my opinion. Let me look at this first, though, and then we'll get back to this conversation, okay? Boom. Tyler